In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hello there, good morning and welcome to the latest Elite FPL stream where myself, Stevo, will be essentially, thanks to Harry, FPL Tips up on the screen. I highly recommend you following him if you want all things fantasy football, essentially, specifically when it comes to things like this, because I think it is really, really helpful, and certainly today I'm hoping not only will it help me, it will certainly help you as well. This is his predicted lineups. He does it every single game week. He essentially just listens to all the press conferences, and according to him, that he said on the show 1,000 times, that he actually writes all this out. I can't believe it, but he does. So all I will say is that this is going to be a bit of a, I don't know if it'll be a short stream, a long stream, I don't know, but essentially just sit back, listen. If you have any questions, I'll happily answer anything that you want to know. Also, I'd also want to say that this is going to be the first of two streams today. Why am I talking like this? I have no idea. Who's that? It's off The Simpsons, isn't it? Oh no, it's South Park. Whatever the teacher's name is. So, why are you talking like this? What has this got to do with fantasy football? Nothing. Nothing at all, as Ned Flanders says, Harbour Boy. But yeah, this is one of two streams. So the first stream is now, where it's going through the predicted lineups, which will certainly help me with my transfers. And also later on, about 11, 12 o'clock, because I'm still waiting on Dan to get back to me, but I will be doing the score predictor game, but I'm obviously going to be doing it, so it's definitely two streams today. But of course, then we move on to tomorrow, where it's the big one. Absolutely massive tomorrow, where it's obviously the final day of the season, kicking off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So join myself and Jason and a couple of content creators who have kindly said that due to their availability, they're able to join us, and then we'll be joined by various moderators. And hopefully we'll have a individual covering each individual game. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But as you can imagine, unfortunately, content creators at the moment are extremely busy and essentially they can't come on. So, but the guys that have confirmed, I can tell you two. I'll tell you two, actually. It's Llama. We all know Llama, obviously a friend of the show. And Captain Gaming as well, friend of the show as well. And there's also there's two more individuals that I'm waiting on. One of them is pretty much guaranteed. And the other individual still needs to get back to me. And there's a few others as well I'm waiting on, but it's getting a bit short notice now, so I don't think they'll be joining us. So essentially, it will be myself, Jason, hopefully Dan, I don't know, but me, Jason, Capkin, Llama, Mr. X, we'll call him, so that's 5. And then we'll hopefully have 5 other moderators, which we've pretty much confirmed anyway, to hopefully cover the games, and then yeah, away we go. But yeah, let's just get on with this stream. I just want to say good morning to you guys that are watching this right now. So really do appreciate the fact that you're tuning in at, well, in England it's 8 o'clock in the morning for you guys. It could be in the afternoon, as Nuclear Atoms is saying. It could be evening, early morning. I don't have a flaming clue, but I know Semi-Sweet Potato, Nuclear Atoms, Ray Braith, and Nigel Jeremiah's here. Do you think Luke Shaw will start? Well, we'll find out. We will find out. So I'm going to go in obviously alphabetical order, the way Tips has done this. Like I said, if you don't want to watch this and you just want to go on his Twitter account and just read it yourself, by all means, it's there. Give them a follow. It is FPL Tips with a Z. My recommendation is just typing in Harry on Twitter, because that's what I needed to do, basically. So let's get on with it. So we start off with Arsenal, of course. This is what he's predicting, and obviously it gives you notes onto what's specifically happening. Morning, Paulie. So here we go. Suspended/injured. We've got Bellerin and Louise. The manager quotes again. He writes all this stuff. He does genuinely write all this stuff out here. I don't think that's going to come up. It's too big. Yeah. Really annoying. Really annoying. That's too big. But he is thinking that he's saying here on manager quotes has no relevance to this game whatsoever. And that was written by FPL Ray Gooner. Ray Gooner there. And I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this without destroying the screen, basically. I'm going to have to guesswork here. Well, you can see the front lineup anyway. He's thinking Smith Rowe, Pepe, Aubameyang, Saka, Tierney, Chambers, Partey, Xhaka, and then you got Leno, Gabriel, and Holding in goal. I wonder if that's actually come up. Oh, I can do that instead. Moron. You're a moron. So let's have a quick look then. Fuck's sake. That's the team lineup there. If you want to look at on screen again, I'll just quickly go for it again. Leno, Holding, Gabriel, Chambers, Tierney, Xhaka, Partey, Smith Rowe, behind Pepe, Saka, and Aubameyang, which for me helps immediately from my point of view regarding Smith Rowe. I feel that there are certain players in my team I don't really feel I want to get rid of for the sake of getting rid of, because I am going to be taking a -16, -20, and yeah, I'm really not wanting to get rid of the so-called cheaper players, because it just does nothing for my team value. So in the sense of it's not going to add anything to me, because I need I'm playing my bench boost if you're unaware. But that's Arsenal. But so really, if you're struggling, you want a differential, I think Pepe is probably your best choice. We'll quickly gloss over Aston Villa, again, a non-really important team here. I'd rather cover the bigger ones, but out of respect to Tips, who has done all this hard work. We have got suspended injured, Trezeguet, Sanson, Cash are out, Barkley's ineligible, and then the predicted lineup is as follows, as you can see up on screen here. Obviously Martinez in goal, House, Mings, Concert target, it's full strength, isn't it? And Capia, Nakamba, sorry. McGinn, Grealish, El Ghazi, Watkins, Traore up front. We then move on to Brighton. Brighton here. Again, a team that not many people are going to really care about. Like I said, if anybody's got any direct questions, I'll come back to them. But Dunk is back. So they're thinking, I say they, in this individual it is FPL SJ. And the Aston Villa one was Real Delay FPL. So just there, I'll highlight their names if you want to, like I said, follow these individuals here or not. It's completely up to you. Moving on to Brighton, like I said, so Dunk's available, thankfully, and this is from FPL SJ, whatever. And here we go. So Sanchez in goal, White, Dunk, Webster. We got Byrne, Yahangabash, Gross, Basuma, McAllister, Trossard, and Zakiri. Who? There we are, Zakiri. Now then, Burnley. So Brady, Long, Bardsley injured. Pope has a good chance of playing. Think Pope will play. Last chance to impress. Southgate pre-Euros. I mean, that's from FPL Campaign, as highlighted up on screen there. He's going with Pope, Tarkowski, me, Taylor, Loughton, Brownhill, Westwood, Cork, McNeil, Wood, Vidra. I'm fully aware that these are teams no one gives a stuff about. That's why I'm just glossing over them, really. FPL Wilson for Bournemouth. He is going with, and this is for Crystal Palace. Sorry, this is actually for Crystal Palace. You see the confusion there because it's the same colours as Bournemouth, even though Bournemouth aren't in the Premier League. I'm fully aware of this. But here we are here. Guaita, Ward, Tompkins, Cahill, PVA. Townsend, Miavojevic, Kyoto, Schlupp, Ayew and Zaha. It says in here, Benteke and Mitchell to be assessed. So this is the manager quotes. Obviously, Eze is out. And, so there could be a few changes for Crystal Palace ahead of the Liverpool game, which could be something to look into regarding Liverpool assets. Mane, Paulie. Now, this is the big one. This is actually the big one for me. This is from Ben FPL, there, Chelsea fan, and this is the big one for me because essentially I need to know who's playing for Chelsea. So it's saying here Havertz and Kante will have late fitness tests. Manager quotes, essentially unlikely to be risked. So I looked at that and I was like, right, Pulisic is straight in my team then. I'm just going to get him in. I was going to probably get him in anyway. It was either him or Havertz, but there we are, done. So we got Mendy in goal. Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Silva. Chilwell, Jorginho, Kovacic, Reece James, the virtual FPL hero. Pulisic, Werner and Mount up front. So, as I keep saying, there are teams in the Premier League this weekend that have got something to play for. Chelsea are one of them. And that team there is essentially full strength. They need to get into the top four. They need Champions League football. And I'll tell you what, they're up against Aston Villa. Aston Villa's home form is meh. Chelsea need to win. I'm expecting Chelsea to probably just edge past Villa 2-1. Something like that. So, but that team news for me has pretty much helped my decision about certainly getting in Pulisic for myself. Everton up against Man City, of course, a team in which I actually do think potentially could win, but I've just seen the team news here that Coleman's been ruled out. So this is from Prem_tipster. Coleman's been ruled out. James Rodriguez has been ruled out. Everton have to win for European football to be a possibility, and obviously it's Ancelotti as well. He's not going to let his team go out flat with a damp squib. So Pickford, Godfrey, Mina, Keane, Digne, Alan Gomez, Decore, Sigurdsson behind Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. It's as you'd expect. But, yeah, people are obviously questioning whether to get rid of Calvert-Lewin or not. The majority of people are saying to bring in someone like Antonio for argument's sake, possibly Danny Ings. I think they have got better fixtures, but they've got something to play for. Man City don't. Fulham. Oh, Mitrovic has been ruled out. Oh, okay. Okay. Kane, Congolo, Mitrovic, Robertson are out. Manager saying, Scott Parker saying, at the forefront of our minds is going out with a good performance. Yeah, that's not good. People thinking of Newcastle assets. This is from James Stevenson. And he's going with Areola in goal. I mean, it's stating the blinking obvious, to be honest with you, but Areola in goal, Anderson, Adara Biolo, Reem, Byron, Tete, Anguissa, Cavallo, Lamina, Cavalerio, and Reed. I've just seen that there. Newcastle, Chelsea won't keep a clean sheet. No, they won't. And why? Because Aston Villa always score. They always get at least one goal. Now, this is the big one for me. Leeds. This is massive for me because I'm wanting to get Rafinha and Harrison in. So, suspended/injured. Llorente won't be risked. Click, Cock, Meslier all rested. And manager quotes, Hernandez and Berardi both set to leave the club after this weekend, which means that I would guess that in front of a home crowd, he is going to replace... Oh, he's already got him starting. Oh, okay. So, Casilli in goal. Ayling, Berardi, Phillips. Oh, he's got them starting. Alright, okay. Berardi, Phillips, Cooper, Alioski, Harrison, Dallas, Hernandez, Rafinha, and Bamford. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So he's got those two that are leaving starting. Is he actually coming out? Okay, that's from at FPL Bandit. There, I'll just highlight his name there. Just if you want to follow him, follow him. We then... Leicester City, of course, a team that have definitely got something to play for. 100%. So, suspended/injured, we got Harvey Barnes, Justin, and Evans, Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans has been ruled out with a foot injury. Hopeful on Ricardo's start after improved performance off the bench versus Chelsea. Nacho likely to start. Yeah, this is from @_FPL Fox. And the team is... Schmeichel, Sciencu, Fofana, Castagna, then Pereira, Thomas. Thomas is an interesting one. What was he, 4.5? If you're absolutely desperate, definitely worth looking at. If you're desperate. Ndidi, Maddison, Tielemans, and then Iheanacho and Vardy, as you'd expect. The next big one, of course, big game. It's pretty standard, really, but it's Liverpool. We all know the injuries. I did mention yesterday about Oxlade-Chamberlain. Klopp saying Milner and the Ox are back in training. Jota could be back before the season ends. Whatever the hell that means. This is from @FPL Flynn. And essentially, Alisson, Williams, Phillips, Trent, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago Wijnaldum, and then the front three of Mane, Firmino and Salah. And as I stated, if Oxlade-Chamberlain came out and said that he's definitely playing, then I would absolutely bring him in if you're desperate for a 6.3 million player and you're looking for someone differential. He's not the worst shout. Now, this is another big one here. Man City, they've got nothing to play for. But we all know that they're not going to... Pep isn't going to allow their players to sit down and do nothing. There's nothing really here to suggest because Pep's already said that everybody's fit and ready to play apart from you-know-who, Cancelo. And the team news is as follows. Ederson, well, this is the predicted team news from @Shark FPL. You've got Ederson in goal, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, he's one to look at, Walker is another one to look at, De Bruyne, Gundogan, and then Sterling. I think Sterling could be a great shout. genuinely. Aguero up front, and then Torres. Paulie, will you be sticking with Torres? You may as well. Man United, another. Now this is the biggest one for everybody. Maguire, Jones, Martial are out. Dan James will be involved. Anthony and Harry won't make this one. Will freshen up for a few new faces. Now the one that I'm fascinated by is Greenwood. This is from @FPL Air _air. And this is the interesting one for me for absolute certainty. It is Greenwood. Henderson in goal. Bailey, Tuanzebe, Telles. Telles is another one. Williams, Matic, Van der Beek, Mata, Ahmed, Ahmad, how they pronounce it, Dan James and Greenwood. That for me tells me I don't then need to get rid of Greenwood. And I've seen that on Fantasy Football Scout as well. They've predicted Greenwood to start as well. So I'm confident that Greenwood will play, which means that there's another headache I don't need to worry about, which is cool. So thanks to FPL _air. We then have Newcastle, again a team no one really cares about apart from Joe Willock, of course, FPL Focus captaining. On St Maximin and Dubravka, I expect them to be okay. We'll know when they go out on the grass today. This is from @FPL _TT. He's going with Dubravka in goal, Kraft, Dummett, Fernandez, Ritchie, Murphy, Shelby, Willock, Almiron, Joe Linton, and he's expecting St Maximin to be fit. So, Sheffield United, who gives a stuff about these? Apologies, wrong photo attached to Sheffield United. Doesn't really matter, to be honest with you, because no one gives a stuff about Sheffield United whatsoever. Let's move on to Southampton. Now, I tagged Booner in this because he was interested in Ings, and so am I. So, Romeo's in contention. Armstrong and Adams are in the Scotland squad for the Euros, despite the fact that Adams is out of this game. But the team news is as follows. We got Fraser Forster in goal, Bednarak, Vestergaard, Salisu, and Kyle Walker-Peters. Then we got Armstrong, JWP, Walcott, Redmond, Ings, and Minamino. Ings, sorry. Who gives us stuff about Minamino? It's a very interesting one. It's just a shame he's 8 million. Tottenham is as expected, really. Did the manager come out? Did Ryan Mason come out? This is from FPL Jez. And the last one was from, this is Southampton, that's FPL Flex. But FPL Jez, interestingly enough, possibly Kane and Bale's last games for Spurs. Kane going for the golden boot, currently tied with... I just have this feeling Kane's going to score tomorrow, but is it worth really that risk of a captaincy? No. Lloris, Alderweireld, Thier, Reguilon, Doherty, Lo Celso, Højbjerg, Dele Alli, Son, Bale, Kane. Yeah. It's as you'd expect, really, but they're up against Leicester, who have got everything to fight for. West Brom team news. I found this out thanks to Paulie, Booner, and Ben Dinnery. It's really annoying. No Pereira. Always doubtful anyway, but I can't risk Pereira. Really annoying. This is from @Kaza FPL. So we've got Johnston in, it's pretty much as you'd expect really, but Johnston in goal, Furlong, Bartley, Ajayi, Townsend, Ainsley, Gallagher, Phillips, Diangana, and Canu. I'm absolutely frigging gutted that Pereira's out, because he's a transfer I didn't want to make, but I'm forced into it now. West Ham, Lanzini is out, Masawaka is out. He'll see if Fabianski can play on Sunday, thinks David Moyes, and this is from Prevomar, @Prevomar. His predicted line-off is Randolph in goal, Ogbonna, Dawson, Safal, Cresswell, then Rice, Soucek, and then of course the front four, Fennells, Lingard, Benrahma, Antonio. If you think there's going to be goals in this game, which it suggested there being, I'll tell you what, any of those, from a differential point of view, Benrahma or Fennells, I think Benrahma because he's on form. It's just his minutes. You're not going to get 90 minutes. You're only going to get about 7. I think it worked out about 72 minutes is his average. But certainly worth looking at. And finally, Wolves with Nuno leaving. This is from @Express FPL. All the same players available as they were against Everton. And you've got Patrizio, Bowley, Cody, Saiss, Nuri, Semedo, Neves, Matinho, Traore, Silva and Gibbs White. They're up against Man United. Nuno's leaving. I predicted an absolute dire game anyway. But it's even harder to call now. It's even harder to call. So all I will say is that go to Harry FPL Tips. It's up on screen. Harry FPL Tips with a Z. And all the information that I've just read out is exactly there. So appreciate you sitting through all that. But it's worth noting. There was a lot of notes for me. I Greenwood as an example. So I put up my team up on screen here. That's lucky. Ooh, in fact, transfers. I'm going to go to the transfers page. So, like I said, I am going to be doing a minus. Well, I may not even need to take a minus 16, but sadly, Pereira go, Tellez go, Bamford can go, Mahrez can go, Cavani. So that's what, minus 16. I said all along, it was Earth. Yeah. So, Rafinha, get in. Wrong screen. I want to get Bamford. Not Bamford. Harrison. You can go in. And then... a minute. Oh, yeah. Wrong way round. Paulie's in a really tight situation as well with his rivals. I want to get Antonio. Now I'm wondering if I could get Danny Ings. I can. Oh, I wanted Pulisic, didn't I? Hold on a minute. I wonder if I could get in. Right, hold on a minute, lads. Forgot about Pulisic. Get him in. How much money have we got left? 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah! How much is Danny Ings? Just a pure interest. 8 point. Ah, you son of the gun. I don't really want Iheanacho, but for funds wise, it makes complete sense just from a funds point of view, which leaves me with 5.7, which I said it yesterday, Tellez, but it's such a punt. It's such a punt on something which isn't necessarily guaranteed. But I was thinking of Cody, wasn't I, yesterday? Again, another one to prove himself for the Euros. Oops. Like I said, they're at home. Man United's away form. Be something like that. It'd be a bench boost, like I said. So, Harry's saying I've taken a minus 12. Good lad. This is what I want to hear. I'd personally avoid Paulie saying here, I've gone on the wrong screen again. Paulie saying I personally would avoid Man United players. No, it's true. Being rested, I think that this is why I'm doing the predicted team news from Tips, because at the end of the day, I trust his opinion. I trust the advice of their contributors and everything. So I think that, knowing that Greenwood is a very high chance of starting based on 2 very reliable sources in Scout and Tips, I'm happy with it. Steve-O, Chilwell or Alonso? Chilwell, easy. That's easy. Kane, Jack, who's the best captain options this week? So, I'll be mainly discussing that on the score predictor game, but Salah is a standout. Mane, Rafinha, Harrison. Who else was there that I thought of yesterday? Iheanacho, Vardy, genuinely. Antonio, Ings. Teams that can score goals, final day of the season. Teams that could be open. I mean, although then again, in saying that, West Ham, they can't afford to lose. They may be very, very reserved. But Southampton's away record is shocking. But I'm expecting goals to start, so I'm expecting a lot of goals to start. Harry Dawson saying, gone Meslier, Greenwood, Mahrez and DCL out for Ramsdale. Yeah, he's guaranteed though. Pulisic, yeah. Mane, yeah, brilliant, excellent moves, Harry. They're excellent. He's gone. So Meslier, Greenwood, Mahrez and DCL out for Ramsdale. Very high chance of a clean sheet. Pulisic, good chance of attacking returns. Mane, I think good. And Antonio. Newcastle will Burnley keep a clean sheet against Sheffield. I was thinking of bringing in Tarkowski. I wouldn't bring in any for that game. Although, let me show you something which I can't actually show you. Hold on a minute. I'll put myself on the big camera. The big camera, yeah. The big camera. And I wonder if you'd be able to see that. Can you see that? Oh, it's... Can you see that there? Sheffield United versus Burnley, the greatest... Right, so basically that is from Football 365's Cheeky Tipster. Now, he's very good, genuinely. He reminds me of me in the sense of he's pretty solid with his predictions, but also he genuinely comes out with some random results in which you think, what? But it happens. So for argument's sake, last week when he called Southampton to beat whoever it was 3-1, I looked at it and was like, get stuffed. What happened? They won 3-1 and that was a 14-1 shot. So he's predicting for 200-1, but I wouldn't even if I added a 0 to that, I still wouldn't take it. Sheffield United versus Burnley 4-4. If it was 20,000-1, now we're talking. The fact that it's 200-1, forget it. It's it's not worth the bet whatsoever, essentially. So hold on a minute here. Let me just sort out the chat box. Just refresh. Matt's saying, what's that there? Steve-O, take Fornells for 16 points. There's again, any of those players in the front three, Benrahma, Antonio, Lingard, could all get double-digit hauls versus Southampton tomorrow. Matt's saying McGoldrick for 3 goals. No, that game's going to be terrible. Kane, Jack, is Trent a good option this week? Well, if you honestly, if you haven't got him, I wouldn't be bringing him in. I wouldn't be bringing in Trent. But if you have him in your team, I think it's great to have. But to be bringing him in, if you had a free hit, I'd have him in. But I wouldn't be doing a single game week transfer for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Absolutely no chance. Why would that be? Why would Ray Braith? He's saying that. Harry Dawson, yeah, done a -12. I'm just going to scroll up. Doherty is playing now. I'll have to bring in Iheanacho. Is that a definite, is it? FPL Focus. I think Sheffield United could be more dangerous now they're relegated. Yeah. Paulie's saying morning Buffy. Is that Buffy is in our Buffy? Where is he? I can't see him in the chat here at all. Gabriel DeRop's here. Harbour Boy, morning. FPL Focus with the standard Aguero to go out a hero. God knows. RXC saying Aguero is going to be my captain. Yeah, what was it? What does Andy keep saying all the time on his streams? We all thought that. Oh, and Matt is Buffy. Oh, is he? Oh. Right. Brilliant. Change your name on YouTube. Go to the settings. We're going to be talking, actually, talking of which. So if you are new around here, by the way, this is a terrible impression of Andy. But, yeah, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button. No, if you are new around here and wondering what's going on tomorrow with our streams, and if you are new now, just to let you know, this is one of 2 streams today. You've got this one, which is talking about predicted lineups. Thanks to Harry, aka FPL Tips with a Z. And then tomorrow, Jason uploaded it yesterday as a tweet. But tomorrow we have got, here we are. So it'll be myself, Jason, hopefully Dan, but I'm ruling him out. So me, Jason, Capkin Gaming, or Capkin FPL, Llama's back. Pretty certain that Mr. X, who will remain Mr. X, will be coming on. About 95% certain, so that's 5. Another content creator that's a friend of the show. And then we're going to have 5 moderators. There's another individual as well, but that individual's 50-50. And then we're going to have 4 or 5 moderators covering a game each as well. And you can join us from 3 o'clock tomorrow. So 3 o'clock tomorrow, we'll be covering not only the team news, but more importantly, Buffy, Amat. I'm just going to call you Buffy now, mate. We're going to be covering Buffy's Super Cup opponent, Nymphria. And also, we'll be looking, I've already written up a schedule. In fact, can I put it up on screen? I think I probably could. No, I can't. Yeah, tomorrow we'll also be looking at for definite, once the game updates, the Invitational League, where Paulie is leading at the moment. We've been banging on about it for the last few weeks. I've been really enjoying covering the race to the finish. And it comes down to the final day of the season, where we've got 2 individuals in Paulie and Peter Scullion, who are essentially tied on points. Paulie is only 7 points clear. Paulie's come out of absolutely nowhere. And then we've got a fight between Jason and FPL. Well, it's really Jason's to hold on to 3rd, but then for 4th spot's the fascinating one. So I always look at it and think to myself, well, I would say about 15 points is about the cut-off point. So really, you're going all the way down to about 12th, which is Kevin Meyer. So Harbour Boy, I think you've just missed out. Just. And I mean just. But certainly, if we were to go all the way down to 14th, which is Emmanuel and you, Harbour Boy, you've all got 4th to catch. Genuinely. You're all up on screen there. And essentially, you guys are fighting it out for that illustrious 4th spot. I don't think there's a chance of catching Jason in third unless FPL Bear or Nick Treadwell were to do something completely ridiculous, but I think that's gone. So Jason's got third. So Harbour Boy, Kevin Meyer, Luke Jones, Matthew Zaishi, Omar, Ronald, Mark Byrne, Steve Grigson, Stevie, Nick Treadwell. Well, Nick Treadwell's on exactly the same points as Bear. Steve Grigson's on basically exactly the same, barring 1 point. And then there's that gap. Mark Byrne, 13 points behind. Ronald, 14 points. Omar, 15. Matthew Zaishi, 16. Then it's 16, and then Harbour Boy, it's only 19 points. But yeah, the cut-off. Where's your cut-off point? It really is looking like Omar in 9th. Yeah. So, unless Harbour Boy pulls something out the woodwork, which I don't think he will, no disrespect, but I just want to let me just, where are you, 14th? Let me look at Harbour Boy's team for 6 seconds. And obviously, of course, chips. I don't know who's used their chips or anything, and I'm not going to do that now. But is that Gary? Yes. So here's Harbour Boy's team. He's in the chat. Well, I'm assuming he's still in the chat. If he's not, he's not. He's got a problem. So he's got Luke Shaw. Well, let's have a look at his team in full. So this is probably the final spot at a push to catch fourth, but I very much doubt it. I'm afraid, Harbour Boy. But just looking at it, just for the sake of the fact that you're in chat now, but so Shaw won't play, so Azpilicueta will, but you'll probably play Phillips, which makes more sense. So you'll probably play Phillips, Trent and Dallas as your back three. Azpilicueta as first sub. Fernandes you'll probably get rid of for, oh God, I mean you've got Mane, Pulisic to name two, because you ain't going to get rid of Salah, you ain't going to get rid of Lingard, you ain't going to get rid of Gundogan. Greenwood's another possibility that may not play, but as we've just discussed, there's probably a 75% chance of him starting. Watkins you're not going to get rid of, Kane you're not going to get rid of, Iheanacho, so really it comes down to Fernandes and Shaw. But even then, it really is down to Fernandes, but whoever you bring in, Harbour Boy, just captain him. In fact, there's my advice, Paulie as well. Although Paulie can do the blocking, to be fair, Paulie can actually do the blocking, which I think he should do. So, here we go here. So Paulie's team is here. Paulie's doing exceptionally well. I'm still fuming you use a triple captaincy, but whatever. Let it go, Steve-O. Let it go. Let it go. So this is Paulie's team. And essentially, with a 7-point lead, I've said to you to do Fernandes to Mane for free, because you would think Mendy's going to start, and if not, you've got a really good backup in Martinez. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. Don't worry about it as a playing goalkeeper. Michael Keane, that can be Phillips. Shaw can be Kufal. Son's going to play Fernandes, 25%, if that, 20% chance. So that could be Mane, if wanting to be. Salah has got to be a captain, Paulie. It's either him, the player that you bring in, because you're going to be bringing in a player which you feel is going to do really, really well. You're not going to bring in some rubbish player or some random player that Peter's got. Oh, you've got Iheanacho. Will you be playing him? So Calvert-Lewin's the problem. Iheanacho for Fernandes instead, and then play a 3-4-3 with Son, Salah, Rafinha and Torres up in your 4. Or bench Calvert-Lewin and bring in a midfielder. That's what I would do. Bench Calvert-Lewin and bring in a midfielder. It's going to be really tight, that game between Everton. And then Peter's team. Oh, he's got possible problems, so to speak, in his team. Possible problems. I already have 3 Liverpool, yeah, damn, so it's pointless getting... I'd get a Chelsea player. I'd honestly get a Chelsea player. They've got something to play for. They have to win. Here's Peter's team, who 7 points behind. Oh, it's going to be fascinating. Mahrez is the issue. So, for arguments, he's not going to... I wouldn't play Chris Wood. Actually, no, I don't know, actually. Could he play a 3-4-3 with Chris Wood? He'll... Sanchez, Lloris in goal, yeah. He ain't going to change him. Dallas, he's not going to change. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's not going to change. Wan-Bissaka will become Digne. Or maybe Holding. Would he play Saka? Would he play Wood ahead of Saka, or Saka ahead of Wood? Or I'd be playing Saka ahead of Wood, or even Calvert-Lewin. But he's going to get rid of Mahrez. He's got to get rid of Mahrez. He's got them 1.4 in the bank, which means he'll have like 9 million, 9.5 for argument's sake. So he's got 9.5 to play with, Paulie. Unless he wants to get rid of Calvert-Lewin and bring in... He can't block you off. He can't block you off. He can't block you off, mate. I'm just going to say it again. He can't block you off. So... yeah, he's going to have to go with a midfield differential, because Wood against Iheanacho, forget it. There's only one winner there. Chris Wood. Hopefully. From my point of view, anyway. But Mahrez will be the one which I would think he's going to get rid of. I think he'll stay with this team here, 3-5-2. Ditch Mahrez for somebody. If Man City go weak in defence, DCL could be... Well, we've already discussed their defence. The defence are no mugs, and they're going to be... It's going to be a tight game. 1-0 either way. 1-1. 2-1 either way in favour. I think I'm going to be going 2-1 to Man City just, but it wouldn't surprise me if it ended 2-0 to Man City in the most dullest game. But if Everton play like they did against Wolves, Man City could have a bit of fun. Could have a bit of fun. So yeah, it's all up for grabs there. And yeah, fascinating. Absolutely. Let's just quickly see what you guys are saying before I go. Like I said, this is one of 2 streams today. The next stream will be in roughly 3 or 4 hours, predicting the scores.
What if I told you they're going to help me transform my
Oh, right. Oh. There's me thinking it was the cable and it's fine. Absolutely useless. No, I was trying to play... does anybody know this guy, Elite Shot? He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Anyway.
Our room into the ultimate gaming room. You just gotta, once you get in, you stop in game. You could say game stop. You could say game stunk. All right, so now we have another situation. The gamer grip kind of, it dries up and then you got to push a nail through it or something.
And I've muted myself. Unbelievable. Everything's going all tits up the last few minutes. What no graph is saying, Peep Stitch and DCL, but Man City are a bit pants. No, they're not. I was torn between FPL Focus. I was torn between Bamford and Salah, but think with both having home fans, only one really chasing goal. Salah, I don't know where you are in the world, Focus, but just forget Bamford. He's going to do nothing. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to clear off. Really do appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, thanks to FPL Tips, who, of course, I haven't put him up there. Thanks to FPL Tips for his predicted lineup. Again, if you want to check it all out, it is all on his Twitter account there, at FPL Tips with a Z. Just type in Harry on Twitter and you'll find it there. And I will be streaming the score predictions. I'm just waiting to hear back from Dan. Let's do a quick... see if he's replied this morning. The answer is no. So, if I hear nothing from him, then I'll be going live at about 11ish. If not, it'll be somewhere between 11 and 12, depending on when Dan's available. But definitely the score prediction stream will be in the next 3 to 4 hours. Appreciate everybody watching. That was the predicted team lineups. Hopefully that helped in some way. And I will catch you soon.